Good morning everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So on screen right here, as you guys can see, we have Mikola. So this unit just arrived on the test server, and in today's video we're going to take a look at her kit, pull for one copy of her on my test server account, and then have a look at how she works, and then just giving our initial analysis for her. So right here on screen, you guys can see her animation. She's doing this PHUT dance, right? So this is the TikTok dance that was pretty popular for quite a bit from one of the anime. Can't really remember what's the red color anime girl's name, but this dance was super duper popular and super duper apt for this server itself because the dance actually originated from the VN side. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at the kit first. Very sexy support character. So right, Mikola is a support mauler character with a 1 tile range physical attacker. So her ultimate Dauntless Hume, right, generates a 2 tile courage sphere that follows her around, increasing haste by 40, range defense by 10 for all allies within range, while increasing her own haste by 30 and range defense by 10. Okay, when Mikola deals total damage equals to 300% of her initial attack while Courage Sphere is around, a healing wave will emerge, restoring HP for all allies within range. So this Courage Sphere lasts for 10 seconds. Increase in level increases the healing amount as well as the duration. Okay, so 40 haste and 10 range defense. It looks really good. I think haste is always going to be a good buff. And on top of that, she's also able to heal. So I guess she's probably gonna be like this smoky competitor, and we will have to sort of see the remaining of her kit to see how well she can fare against Smokey. So that's for the ultimate Dauntless Hume. Okay, Heroic Duel generates an honor arena spanning the battlefield when the battle starts, lasting until the battle ends. The side with more units within the arena will gain control of it after maintaining the advantage for 3 seconds. Okay, I like this concept. So there's a condition, and you have to actually like be winning the battle, right, to gain more. I mean, this means that, you know, the team with like Illusions or Freya Stone could have the advantage because you have more units, right? They didn't specifically state that, you know, the units needs to be actual heroes. Okay, so Mikola restores all allies HP by 12% per second and increases their attack by 14% when her side gains control of the honor arena. Okay, so this is the attack buff. Very nice stuff. I think this is definitely gonna be like 100% your arena in Dream Realm side, cause like you only have one boss unit. And the only boss that can generate more units is Skyclops, so this is definitely a good like Dream Realm skill, and it introduces like this RNG element in the arena. Interesting. Okay, this is gonna I'm probably gonna see how this skill works later on. And then we have Vigorous Core. So Mikola rings her bell, restoring 130% HP and increases physical and magical defense by 40% for herself and the 2 weakest allies for 5 seconds. Okay, so this is the heal with 40% defense and magical defense buff. Okay, that's pretty big actually. Yeah, that's one thing that Smokey doesn't have. So her kit is like a mix of like just haste, attack, as well as defense. So more PvP centric, I think. Yeah, because Smokey one is like pure haste and attack, and also just heals. Okay, so Hero Focus increases her attack by up to 15%, gain additional 10% when her side gains control of the honor arena. So she plays a lot around her second skill. Okay, so that's for the Hero Focus. And then for the EX weapon, Passionate Opening, enhances her courage sphere after it has been active for 6 seconds, granting combat fury to all allies, okay, except for herself, dealing damage equal to 50% of her attack. Okay, per second to enemies adjacent to this. Okay, so it's like a burn effect. A reset where the courage sphere disappears. Increases Mikola's damage dealt by per second to enemies adjacent to allies Okay, so increase in level increases the burn damage as well as increases the vitality. So this one is after the courage sphere has been active for 6 seconds. So this courage sphere lasts for 12 seconds. So the effective duration of this effect is only 6 second max. Yeah, so this is if you have her maxed out. Okay, interesting. So this is more damage. Okay, more damage. Okay, so this is courage sphere remains unaffected. Oh, does it mean that courage sphere can actually be targeted? Yes. Okay, that means that. Okay, we have to see how the courage sphere work later on to see why is there a need for this one. Cause I guess it should be targetable because this is unaffected in the duration, right? So it means there is a possibility to control or target the courage sphere and bring it down. That's interesting. Then this will actually bring down the effectiveness of passionate opening right here. Yeah, because passionate opening requires the sphere to be around for like 6 seconds. So if there's a way to snap it down with AoE or something, then you can definitely reduce the efficiency. Okay, so this is really interesting. I think her kit, right? It's like a smoky kit, right? But more PvP centric. Like she has like more of like I want to duel you, but the buffs are massive by the way. This is like 20% attack, right? And this is like 40 haste. I mean 30 haste for allies, 40 haste for herself with the ability to heal, and then this is heal plus physical magical defense. If like we were to compare to, for example, Smokey right here. Wait, let's go to Smokey. So this is my test server account. So my units are relatively weak. So if we take a look at Smokey, Smokey is haste, 30 haste. Right, and then he generate energy himself, and then energizing formula is upwards to 20% attack as well. So I think just in terms of like the buff side, I think she matches Smokey quite well. And the only condition that she has is that like courage, the sphere, the courage sphere, as well as the arena, whether or not it's on your side. So let's see how she works by putting for one copy of her. And without further ado, let us start. Okay, so I have 35,000 gems here, so just one copy, 33 summons. Okay, pulling for her just for the put horn dance is also pretty worth it. So let's see how many copies I will need to actually get her. Okay, so let's start. Okay, usually for a new account you should actually go for the banner up, but nonetheless, just give it a try, get one copy, see how she works. Okay, and then we'll be testing on this account. By the way, she's an S level character, so the aura should be golden aura. Okay, Omi Icon, usual stuff. Okay, wait, let me just skip this. Yes, the animation is a little bit laggy. Okay, let's continue. 27. Oh no, this is a really bad. Oh my god, I have so many Koreans on this account. Can't believe it. And Korea has sort of fallen off in terms of like the Dream Realm side. Oh no, shit, I'm going to PD. Oh no, don't do this to me, brother. Oh no. Okay, I'll just go one by one. Yeah, we are hitting PD. Unfortunate. Okay, let's do it quickly. Okay, PD. Okay, nice. Okay, so Mikola, let's go, folks. The action's about to kick off. Woohoo! Okay. So let's share for the 50 gem because this is a free-to-play account. Okay. Okay, so that's Mikola. We just got her. Now let's take a look at her kit right here. So I mean, I don't have like the units very developed. So this is Mikola, really hot stuff. Okay, support character, 1 tile attack, and then this is the headwear. So this is the headwear. I think moving forward, all new characters will have this chibi headwear that you can put on the head, like Lily May, for example. Okay, very cute stuff. Okay, so this is the mini me. I like the word. Dude, her name is so Mimi. Like, it's like Mikola, you know? I want Mikola to have 0 sugar. So this is her. Okay, we just got her. Let's just tinkle with her animation here. So there's the weapon. So she's holding like this handle thing. I think the picture's hand is actually her hand. So it's just that the art didn't actually like remove it cleanly. Okay, so without further ado, let's do some testing for her. Let me just upgrade my stuff here. Just get like some additional boost. Okay, so let's go to the AFK stages first. Let's do the battle with her. Yeah, prevail up. Okay, I can definitely do this, right? Okay. Oh, that is the arena. I see. Okay, we will see how it works. We'll get one time first. Okay. So now there is a bar. So if it's green, it means that it's ours. Okay. Nice. So we are getting all the good buffs. Okay. Okay, pulls everyone in. Okay, then that is iron actually a good is if that's the case, it means that she could be quite anti-synergistic with iron, right? Because iron is going to pull all the enemies in, and with more enemies within the battlefield itself or within the arena itself, your enemies will actually get that control for the battlefield. Yeah, okay, we didn't actually get to see her ultimate, like her ultimate animation. We did see the sphere. Let me just on the ultimate animation to just get a prop for her ultimate. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so the bar will actually fill up based on who has more units within that field. So that's a green color one. So Antendra's ultimate done. Okay, activated. Okay, Elsa jumps in. So Mikola is like swinging her bell, doing the third skill. Okay. Coco uses the ultimate. Nice. Oh, there's some like hot ass animation there, guys. Okay, so she gets the sphere going. Okay, wait, so why is the sphere like how will you? Okay, first of all, because we don't have her at Supreme Plus, right? I don't get why there is a need for this ability, this courage sphere to remain unaffected. So I guess courage sphere is that like ring thing, right, that's around her. So how does it work? How does it keep it unaffected? Okay, unfortunately, because I can't test this, so we will have to wait until I get an answer for that. But I mean I roughly can see her being like this smoky replacement. I think the best thing is to test her in Dream Realm later, because I do have one copy Smokey as well, so we can do a direct comparison in terms of the damage difference between her as well as Smokey, right? Buffing one. So this is her doing her put horn dance. Okay, then we get that buff, so it's like a defensive buff with additional haste. Okay, so I don't get like how you need that sphere to be unaffected. Does it mean that Mikola is unaffected during this skill? Then that will be quite sick, to be honest. Yeah, because she's a melee fighter, so she jumps into like close quarter combat, so she might need that unaffected. Yeah, so the animation is as such. Okay, so the battlefield at the start, so that's the second, the field, it's the second skill, the arena skill, and then if she shakes the bell, that's the third skill, and then the ultimate is that musical note around her, so that's the courage sphere. Yeah, so I guess that, yeah, so this is her ultimate, right? Courage sphere. So I guess what the enhanced skill probably meant is like for the sphere itself, right? She's unaffected when she has the sphere on. I'm guessing that's the case, right? We wait until S plus testing to see more about that. Yeah, I just don't have enough resource to get her to S plus. Okay, so we have a copy of her here, so we have a glimpse at her skill. So let's take a look at the damage numbers. So these are the damage numbers. Okay, so pretty supportive unit with enough heal. So the next important thing is how much is she replacing Smokey, right? How is she going to fare in the team, right, compared to Smokey? So we will start with a Smokey test first. I also have Smokey at one copy on this account, so it will probably be a good testing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out heal win. I'm gonna put Smokey here, protect her. We're gonna put them one by one. So I guess for this test, I'll do Sisia. Yeah, Sisia is a better damage dealer here. So let's put Sisia. Okay, and then put Elsa here. Okay, so I'm putting Smokey in the middle to be shielded by Entendra. So I'm using Entendra to protect the team. I mean, protect Smokey, my healer, in the front line. Yeah. So one thing which I think Mikola can do a lot better than Smokey is obviously providing the defensive buffs. So that is definitely one thing which I think she does better. But how much more attack or how much more utility or buffs can she provide for the team is something which I think is subjected to what we want to see today, right? Because if her buff is only limited to within that sphere itself, then it's a little bit limiting, because a lot of the... Okay, so like, let me correct myself, like my thought is all over the place. So what I'm actually talking about is Mikola's skill only affecting units within that courage sphere itself, which could actually limit her utility in Dream Realm, because you need to run a very melee-centric team to fully benefit from the courage sphere, which is the ultimate itself. So the arena is also a little bit limiting, because your positioning will be, I'll say, like a deciding factor in terms of how much buff your team can get. So for Smokey's case, right, the buff is easily able to cover all the units on the battlefield, because the AoE is really big and Smokey just doesn't move. Whereas for the arena as well as courage sphere of Mikola, right, that is a mobile like buff, which means that, I mean, the arena is not mobile, but it's like fixed at one location, and then Mikola's sphere is dependent on where she moves. So later on we'll see whether or not the other units actually get the buff. Okay, so we died here. So I think this is a good gauge. Now that all our units die, we can see whether or not Mikola's defensive buff can help us survive longer. Okay, so 177. Okay, pretty nice. So this is the damage distribution. Okay, Elsa buff. Pretty nice heal from Smokey. So next, let's move on to Mikola. Okay, so this is definitely one thing which I think most people will be interested in, right? Is Mikola the better buffer? So this is the arena. So in case you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, you know, she sets up the honor arena, spanning the battlefield when the battle starts, lasting until the battle end. So the side with more units within the arena will gain control of it. So restore all ally HP by 12% per second, and increases their attack when her side gains control of the honor arena. So what I want to actually see is whether or not the units needs to be within the arena to get the buff. If that's the case, right, then this will actually limit her by quite a bit, because you need to be within the arena to gain control. That's number one. And number two, you need to be within the arena to get a buff. That's one thing that I want to test. If that's the case, then she probably ain't as good as Smokey in the boss fight. Okay, we'll go at one time. Okay, so we definitely have control of the arena because we got more units inside. Okay. Okay, I guess everyone's getting that attack buff. Yeah, because there's attack buff on all the units right here. So I guess the buff is active. Okay, so this is where Skyclops. So this is where the Skyclops is fighting for the arena, as you guys can see. So Skyclops now has more summons. okay, so against Dream Boss, Skyclops is not exactly the best unit to test for the skill, because Skyclops can summon and then fight for the arena. I think against every other boss that only has one boss in the battle, it doesn't really matter that much, because most of the time you will have the arena advantage. Okay, so now we have the courage sphere. So looking at the buff animation itself, right, it seems like the courage sphere only affects a unit that are close to her though. That's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, because it means that you actually need to form a team that it's like melee, like for example like Shakir, like Seth, that goes like into the enemy, right, for them to fully benefit from the sphere ability, from the ultimate ability. Yeah, so like if you guys take a look at the buff itself, right, Mikola has a haste buff, but Sisia at the back doesn't have the haste buff. So the ultimate is not affecting Sisia. The attack buff is affecting Sisia, right? The arena dual buff is affecting Sisia, but the haste buff is not, unfortunately. Yeah. The other buffs are actually from Coco. So now she moved to the back line, right? We see a brief haze buff on her. So that aura is like a Shakir aura, a Lupin aura. Okay. So I guess like her optimal partner will be like one in Shakir teams, as well as like more melee base centric character to fully benefit from her kit. Okay. But right, we are doing more damage than with Smokey. Okay, so Cicia's summon is able to benefit from the buff. If you take a look at Cicia's ability, so Mikola died unfortunately, so we don't get a haze buff. But just now, when Mikola was on the battlefield, right, Cicia's summon actually had a haze buff, which also helped us get more damage. Okay, so from the looks of it, right, we were able to do more damage because Mikola's defensive buffs, which are all the range defense as well as physical defense buff, definitely help us survive a lot better. So we actually beat our own record. So this is the damage distribution. Okay, so Mikola did a lot more damage compared to Smokey. So there is a few reasons, obviously. Like there are a few reasons. So number one, because Smokey doesn't actually do damage before the EX weapon. So Smokey probably hits a lot harder towards the later tiers, right, towards the end game state, because the ultimate deals a lot more damage. There's HP percentage base, whereas Mikola is able to do damage right now because she's able to buff herself with the ultimate skill, right, with more haste and defense. But one thing about this skill is that just now, like I mentioned, it's like this like Shakir aura type of skill, and the aura doesn't seem that big, so it could be a limiting factor for her. Other than that, I think the concept of her is pretty interesting. We'll do more testing on her to just see how she works in the next few days, and then we'll post our findings in this channel, so do stay tuned for her other videos moving forward. And right, we'll definitely pull for her to the higher tiers to playtest her at the end game state for my main account once she's released on the global side. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more. See you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.